Welcome to the Rashawn Franklin Show. Another podcast episode, back with my guys to talk some NBA, NFL, and just all around stuff. We've got Keith McCarthy with the UK Blue on today. We did not plan this, but we are all UK alum. Keith, how you doing today?
Solid, man. Can't complain, man.
What's up? Look like you living good. That's that's great.
Hey,
Bray, what's good, man? How you been? How you living?
Good, living well. I can use some more money.
Couldn't we all?
Just saying it can't hurt. Welcome to the
Brands,
club.
did you hear that?
Right. Like, subscribe, comment, all that.
Did y'all hear that? And recovering from the rainstorm in Brazil. What's good, man?
It looked like we got a repeat coming. I don't know if you can hear the rain. Hopefully it's not as bad
the
as
thunder earlier.
you heard. Yes, hopefully it's not as bad as yesterday, but it looked like we got a round 2 coming.
That's crazy. Well, we're glad y'all all can make it on again. We're gonna start off the show with a couple of one gotta goes. And since we're in that football mode, I'll do this one first. And so this is one gotta go. Sponsored by Enter Your Brand here, if you want to. We've got Adrian Peterson in his prime, with Daniel Tomlinson in his prime, Saquon Barkley in his prime, and Derrick Henry in his
This one
prime.
easy.
And one gotta go.
One easy.
Is it?
Yes. Saquon got to get up out of here.
I was thinking that. He hasn't done enough.
Is there a Super Bowl champ on this screen?
Yeah,
Saquon.
That's my point. I would put that year he had last year against any of these guys' top year.
I don't know. I mean, he had help in terms of he had played behind the best offensive line in the league. They had weapons, a top 3 defense, and your quarterback is also a running threat. Whereas these guys did not have that. They did not have a quarterback you had to account for in the running game, which makes your job easier as the running back. And then his style to me, I prefer guys that are more consistent, that give you consistent runs instead of the guys that give you 2 yards, 1 yard, 2 yards, lost a yard, 50. I prefer the guys that give you more steady. He's going to give me 5, 4, 6, 7, 15. I prefer that.
I would consider Derrick Henry more of that 1-2 50 than Saquon. I think Saquon does do a good job of kind of finishing runs, getting you 4 to 5 that gets your down and distance better. I feel you on the help, but I'm just talking about
style, play stuff.
His year, Madden cover, Super Bowl, the highlight, jumping over.
He's a crazy athlete. I mean, all of those guys are crazy athletes.
It's athletic.
Probably the worst athlete is LT, but to me, the best player, but the worst athlete.
Definitely the best player here. To me, the one gotta be Derrick Henry, because I would consider him in Saquon's prime pretty much the same. I would say that he's the least pass catching guy in this crop. And so he has to go. Anybody else got any?
I was going to say the same about AP.
Adrian caught the ball. It wasn't dynamic. It wasn't like Saquon and LT, but
no,
he would catch some swing screens and get busy.
To me, my decision honestly was between AP and Derrick Henry because they both have fumbling problems.
Fair point.
As far as like your ability to play running back, I mean they're all elite in their own ways. I mean, it's like if I gotta choose, yeah. I'm gonna choose the person who let go of the ball.
Which ones are you picking? Who got to go?
I'm gonna do AP
Interesting.
because he got
Wow.
he be having off the field issues too. He be beating people up, beating up
Well, his
kids.
kids.
You gotta
It's
look
not
at
funny, but it's
everything.
wild.
You fumble the ball and you may not be available either. I don't know.
Did y'all see that fight he was in recently? I sent it. I
Yeah.
sent it to the group chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have got touched up, but
He showed the shoulda.
he
That's
slipped trying to throw one, and dude ain't touch him up. I was like,
Yeah.
man,
He's lucky he didn't get knocked out.
yes. Because think about who Adrian Peterson. Ain't nobody gonna really try him. So when was the last time he had to really like consider having a fight? Going to a place and like, yo, I gotta watch my back. He ain't did that in a while.
Right.
So
Maybe ever.
maybe ever. So somebody pulled his card that day though. It happens.
Man.
Happens. Bray, who gotta go?
One gotta go. It's not easy. I like how when I look at the four that you have, the physical, how they run the ball, and I know some of y'all are talking about like how Derrick Henry, he is tough to take down. I mean, I just felt like he would just run over people, two or three people on him, and he's bumping off tackles. So it was between maybe those two. Once I sit back and I think about it, but just the physical stance of how he would run the ball. Yes, I agree with Keith with the issues of fumbling and whatnot. That's all true, but just the physical nature of how, like I said, he would run the ball, how he would wait and then find the pocket, the way he played the game. I got to go with him staying and Saquon leaving.
Yeah, this was tough. And I got a lot of good ones, but I felt like this one was one that could spark some conversation. I got another one. I'm gonna just throw it up.
Yeah,
go for it.
oh God.
Ooh, that one easy too.
Yeah, and as I'm looking at it, it is kind of easy. Well, all right.
Light
So is
skins
it
gotta go.
okay?
They do. Coming from a light skinned guy, they do.
The light skin delegation has
The
convened, and
the worst person on the screen, and it's
Klay.
kind of not close.
It's Klay
Klay
Thompson.
Thompson.
Yeah.
It's not even close. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the best, and then the worst best player.
It's also Steph.
Yes,
Really?
yes. Who is he? Who is he better than? Is he better than prime Michael Jordan?
No,
better
well,
than prime
hold on,
LeBron?
hold on. Maybe I misunderstood what you said.
The number one in the duo. He's
Okay,
the
I got
worst
you.
number
Got you,
one
got
in
you,
in
got
those
you,
duos.
got you. Fair. Okay. I misunderstood what you said. I thought you meant left on the screen.
No,
But you're talking about, okay. I was about to say, nah, give me Steph over Wade and Scotty.
Wade?
Yes.
I think he has closed that gap.
I'm taking Steph
I think
over.
he surpassed D-Wade at this point. Yes.
Tough. It's a tough one.
You're crazy.
That's a tough one. Y'all sleeping on D-Wade, man.
No.
I'm
I'm
not.
sleeping.
It's just because we say
He's better.
doesn't mean that we don't recognize what Wade has done. It's just we have to choose one or the other. And it's not sleeping on him. We know what Wade's done. They wouldn't have the chips without him. But Steph literally changed the game how people play ball
And
now.
that's where I was gonna go to. Like Steph is overall better, but Steph's impact on the game is more significant than Dwayne Wade.
So the
And
one
I'm
gotta
not
go if
trying
you
to say
listen on.
that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you good. Go ahead.
So the one gotta go if you listen on audio is Mike and Scotty, D-Wade and Bron, Shaq and Kobe, and Steph and Klay. I would say we might need to take Steph and Klay out of this and then decide because
Then that gotta go gets interesting. Yeah.
then it's a little interesting. But go ahead, Keith. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, that was it. I mean, Steph's impact on the game is more significant than D Wade's, and I honestly think he's a overall better player too.
Can I change one player and then get other people's opinions?
Oh, I guess we could put instead of
put
Klay, we could put
KD.
KD.
Put KD instead of Klay. Now what are we doing?
Now it gets saucy. Yeah. And they still gotta go.
They still gotta go. They do. They do. I agree with
He's like,
you.
huh,
I was trying.
more interesting.
I was trying.
But the gap the gap closes. The gap closes.
does
a
close.
The
little.
gap did close. But you're right. They still gotta go.
Let's take the Golden State boys out of it. Man, that's tough.
If it's just them three, Wade and
Wade and
Bron
Bron.
gotta go.
No way.
Wade and Bron.
No
They do.
way.
Yes, they do.
They gotta go.
No way. This is blasphemy. I can't say that. Listen,
You take
I'm not gonna be able to go back home.
guy's-
He's
I'm not
gonna
gonna be able to
take
go back
Wade.
home.
You
know
better.
you're not gonna do that.
Yes, I am.
2, 3 you boy.
Because the reason
and
the
most
reason
dominant
why
big man that's ever walked the face of the earth that played ball.
He's
I
getting
think
rid of
Scotty's
Larkin.
the worst. If you take it to those 6, Scotty's the worst player in that group to me.
in that 6.
Yes.
I think so too.
When Mike retired and Scotty was there by himself,
Did work.
didn't they have a 60-win season, like 64?
And go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah.
I don't
By
think they
him-
cracked 60. It
Not
was
by
more
himself, but you get what I'm saying.
That's
No, no,
true.
no.
To the Eastern
But
Conference Finals
everyone
by
by
itself.
themselves won a championship as well. Wade won a championship. Well, Wade and Shaq got together too. So it's just like
None of them won one by themselves. I would say none of them by themselves.
It is
Obi did.
I mean,
Wade.
Powell was nice. That was another. He's not a superstar, but another all-star.
The only it's iffy. I don't know.
D Wade nicer than Scotty.
I would agree with that, but that gap is not crazy wide to me. I think
It's
Scotty
not
is like
crazy wide.
is criminally underrated in terms of the all-time great players.
Two sides of the ball where
Better defender,
Scotty did both very well. Played the
better
1
passer,
through 3.
better defender. Could guard the 1 through 3. He's always guarding other team's best player.
It's not a crazy take. I'm just saying it's not great. Wade has more star status than Scotty because of what he's done, who he is, but just pure basketball skill. I don't know.
I would say Shaq and Kobe are safe. And so it's between the top duos. And I'm gonna Bron and D-Wade gotta go, man.
They gotta go, man.
I can't go back to Chicago saying otherwise. So
They jagged that finals against
Dallas.
Dirk.
Ellis.
We went through the shortcomings of LeBron in that one.
Plus,
Then they beat like the young ass OKC team, and then who did they beat the second time?
Spurs.
They lost to the Spurs. Oh, they beat the Spurs and lost to the Spurs.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
both. Yeah. And it could have easily been lost to the Spurs.
If it not for that
Thank
Ray Allen 3,
Ray Allen.
they could have been 1
Man.
and 3 in the final.
And
They
I
gotta go.
think Eric
go.
was saying, who did he take out? No, not Eric. Not Eric Spolsman. God, I can't remember. Don't get me caught up. I don't want to say something wrong on the pod, but never mind. Was Tim Duncan on the bench? Because they were. It might not have been Timmy. It might have been Timmy. It was somebody that was on the bench that allowed Bosch to grab that rebound to kick it out to Ray.
Oh, it might have been Tim.
Yeah,
No,
it-
Tim was on the floor.
I think he was on the floor.
Okay.
I forgot what happened that allowed Bosch to somebody
Grab
like missed
that
an
rebound.
assignment.
He was wide open by himself. Yeah, I remember that
Yeah,
one.
it was weird.
Somebody, I don't remember.
That 2010, like we just talked about that 2016. I mean, but the 2013, 14, 15, 16 seasons might have been peak basketball ever. That shit was amazing. That shit was so much fun.
You had so many in their prime. So many
Man.
great players in their prime. Like, we don't really have players like that right now.
Yeah, we was talking about that, the fall off of the American greats.
Yeah. So, all right. So obviously Steph and Clay got to go here. Or Steph and KD, pick your poison, or KD and Clay, or KD and Dre. Doesn't matter.
Whatever mix of Golden State guys you want to put on there, gotta go.
Gotta go. All right, cool. All right, cool. So that was a good exercise. I think today we want to talk about NBA tanking. It's been like a big to do about how they're gonna fix it. I don't know if they can. Um, but I did find some proposals that kind of would make some sense in terms of how you could kind of fix it. Cause I mean, tanking been tanking since forever. And teams are not gonna if they have the opportunity to get a franchise changing guy, they're not gonna stop tanking. So um
Yeah. I don't understand the logic behind why the lottery would stop you from tanking. Because like logically, okay, now I would just want to get more lottery balls. You know, like if it's a that doesn't like inhibit me from continuing to tank. So I don't understand why they do that. There could be some conspiracy theories as to why they do that, but uh, it's not a deterrent to lose for teams to tank and lose as many games as possible. To me, it's just as much as an incentive as if you did the worst record and go down. It doesn't change the incentive at all.
yeah, if you watch the NBA day to day, it is an issue because you'll have guys that you've never heard of playing real minutes like consistently, especially after January. It's kind of bad. So I think that they do, and for the product's sake, have to do something about this. Some of these solutions I think definitely work. Like if you were to implement something that says, "Hey, you can't have back-to-back top 4 picks in consecutive years," I think that that makes it better for the entire league. Um, or a draft tournament, like you take the worst 8 teams and then y'all play for the top spot. Oh, now that is must-see
It
TV.
would No,
The
I was
scrub
gonna say,
ball?
I agree. I think it'd be entertaining for the people that are watching, but then if I was an owner, right, and I'm sitting there and I'm the 8th seed and I'm going up against OKC or somebody where you really don't have a chance, do you start to tank as the 8th seed, and then you go into this tournament where if you win, you get the number 1 pick? That you're probably gonna win because you are the 8th seed, so
I
you're
see
the
what you're
better
saying.
team. So you're the better team of the team that did not make the playoffs, you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I could see people doing that, but it would be entertaining. I would agree with there. The entertainment factor, it would be there.
The tournament. I like the restricting the consecutive years as a potential like deterrent, using the threat of stripping draft picks entirely as a penalty for. But how do you make that determination of who's tanking? Like,
You can kinda tell, though. I mean, there was 2 teams that got fined, quite a bit of money, I think, last week for them tanking. The Jazz and,
Jazz for sure.
it was somebody else, can't remember who it was. I can't remember. But, you can kinda tell, like,
I
if
mean,
you know ball and you're watching it, we're not idiots. We know what you're doing. Like Sean said, you got the 12th man on the bench playing 20 plus minutes. I mean, it's kinda easy to see.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like kind of obvious, but I'm not sure how you make that like determination, like in terms of how that's going to be adjudicated. But
One thing that could
maybe
work is like them like kind of just rotating the amount of teams that have an opportunity every year. Like even if you're good right now, this isn't your year to be able to be in the lottery. You know what I mean? And then kind of just give everybody even odds and then just let it go like that. And that makes for a more interesting product in terms of the lottery and the NBA. So you take that out of the team's hands, plus you have this, kind of unknowingly how this process is going to go from year to year. So uh, I think that might be a way to do this. But yeah, I think it's a problem. I think that they're gonna. It seems like Adam Silver is willing to address this. Man, we're gonna have to have a conversation about him versus David Stern because, man, David Stern is he was just such a better commissioner, man. Like
not even close.
it's not even close. Chicago would have been had a number one pick. Are you kidding me? We ain't had a number one pick since D Rose. Yo, what's happening, Adam? yo, uh, what's up, bro? What's up? Like you fumbling this. You need to get a little bit more slimy. Get us some more, get the league back humming. Because right now it's looking a little shaky. Except that All-Star game. Now
That was
was
entertaining.
fun as hell.
That was
That
dope.
was cracking. The world versus the USA was cracking.
And I don't think, I mean, the layout was good, but even with the layout, people could still be lazy if they chose to. I think it was Wemby came out and he started calling out some of the old heads and how like they don't play tough, they don't do this. So when you get guys kind of calling you out on national TV and then it goes viral, the old heads are sitting back like, okay, we're gonna have to come hoop. That's just my opinion on it. Because they still could have came out and kind of went half speed, but when you got somebody like Wemby, he has a voice now in the league. People are going to listen to him when someone calls you out, especially someone that's you know from not from the U.S. We gonna have to come hoop. We're gonna have to come show you what we can do.
And who won MVP?
Edwards,
It wasn't why? That's wild.
they
They didn't
lost.
win.
They lost, yeah. If they would have won, they would have. It was up like 29 to like 4. It was something. It was something crazy. It's almost like the old heads use all their powers, and
Ran out of gas.
like the first part,
Ran
yeah.
out of steam
And
at the
then
end.
when they played like the USA Young Stars, they was like whatever. Yeah,
They ain't whatever. They just ran him out the gym.
they did. They ran them, but they missed. They missed the first like 10 shots and they hit like 4 threes in a row. I mean, they was just hitting everything. And once the score got like, away from them, it almost looked like they, okay, it's whatever.
Legs went, which happens. I love the old guys, young guys, and then the world, that format. I think they should probably keep that going.
It was fun.
That was fun as hell. I will continue to say that Anthony Edwards is going to be the face of the league. I don't care who else is in the league. It's him. He has that look of a guy who is going to be here for a long time. I hate to keep comparing him to Mike and Kobe. I don't like doing that. Stop shaking your head, bro. But I am saying he's in
Stop,
that.
bro.
He has the talent, bro.
Stop.
That's what I'm saying, man.
How he pulled D Wade and go straight to Mike and Kobe? He just jumped.
It's a talent that he's not on that level. Let's make that clear.
He's not on whose level?
Mike and Kobe's level.
Okay. Okay.
He's not. Now, what he does have, that swag, that type of like mentality that like I'm the best ever. I go out and hoop with anybody. he has that dog in him. Some
Thank you.
players,
Okay.
some players like Bron, Wade, you can name a lot of players that don't have that dog in them. He has the dog. I will give him that. But just because you got the dog, don't mean you got the talent. You got
So
to have both.
I agree. I think a lot of what with AE and why I'm so high on him is that he has everything. He can shoot. He's got crazy athleticism. He will yam on it, and he's mean while he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? And
He
he
has a
can
dog with it.
defend. He like man, he's a better.
He's
I think he's a better defender than people give him credit for. Like I think one of the top defenders in the league, wing defenders. That's tough to do. So you don't see a lot of guys playing both sides of the ball nowadays, and so that's why I'm high on him because of his mentality, everything. The entire package is there for me.
he has the package. He's more athletic than Mike and Kobe. He's more athletic.
Mike, I don't know. Kobe, yes.
I don't know. I don't know about either one. Definitely not Mike.
He's definitely more athletic than Kobe, in my opinion.
I don't know. Kobe was bouncy.
He is
Kobe
bouncy.
was
No,
bouncy.
he is.
He's more athletic than Kobe.
I would say so too.
He has
And
more. He has
he's
more
one of
bounce
the
than Kobe
bounciest people
too.
that we've seen. Like he gets up like Vince. He gets up like Vince.
I don't know about like Vince.
I'm not saying he's as high as him, but when he takes off, how he takes off, he reminds
Yeah,
me
he
of.
gets up.
That's all. That's all.
Yeah, he got bounce. I'm not saying he's not good and he's. I mean, I do not think he's in that elk of those guys in terms of like level of level of basketball player. I get like the aura stuff and he talk a lot of shit. He can back it up, and he every night he think he the best player on the court. Like he has all of that shit.
Level
But
of play, yes.
he's
Athletic. Is he not the most athletic person in the league right now?
That's tough to say. I wouldn't even really want to go there. He's probably the most athletic, best player we have in the league. I'll say that.
I could go there.
And he knows that they have put Wembanyama. I don't know if y'all saw this. They asked him like about Wembanyama as the face of the league, and he was like, Wemby can have that. You know he don't mean that. He wants to be the face of the league, like, and he believes it's him, which I like. So yeah, but to that Vince point in terms of like slam dunk contest, did y'all see what Tracy McGrady and Vince said?
No, I didn't hear it. What they say?
They said that the NBA offered Vince, T-Mac, Kobe, and Bron $1 million each to be in the slam dunk contest 1 year.
Ooh, that would have been hell.
Damn.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough. It wasn't.
Vince
turned it
probably would have
down.
won, but that would have been hell.
1 million. I ain't nah.
Yeah,
Make it
1
10.
million. No, 10.
Are you getting away? You get carried away. That's 40 mil. They ain't coming over there.
10 is crazy.
Hey, do y'all want it or not? Do you want it or not, NBA?
Bron didn't want to take that L on his resume.
Yes. Well, they said Vince said yeah, and why wouldn't he?
He was going to probably win, so why would he not?
And they said T-Max openly admitted he said no. He was like, I'm not doing that. Yeah, and Bron, I'm sure Bron didn't want to do it either. Kobe, I don't know if Kobe would.
He already won. He probably looked at it like, I already won one. I'm good.
Yeah.
And Bron was like, I'm
got
not
you.
going in there and taking the L.
Nah. Even though he said that he was going to be in it 1 year, he's a liar.
I mean, I
Yeah.
feel him. His dunking style is like not like slam dunk competition.
He doesn't have a package.
He's like a power. He's a power dunker.
No handles, no dunk.
Where like they had a little bit more like artistic flair than LeBron.
I saw this the other day. This
Vince.
I wanted to bring this to y'all. We've had some great dunkers over the past 20, 25 years. And this dunk contest wasn't that bad. It's just there's no stars in it anymore. And I was gonna have us rank our top dunkers of all time. But
in game or dunk contest?
dunk contest,
Okay.
I think that's a little bit better, easier to do. But who wins here?
I might need to be on Vince.
I got Zach LaVine.
He might have done the greatest dunk of all time. You could argue that. I don't know how many times I ain't gonna toot my but I am going to. I used to dunk the ball. That's hard. Hey, listen, no, listen. Listen to me. Listen to me. Y'all niggas mad because y'all ain't done it. Listen to me.
That's a fact.
My only point is the last time y'all stood at a free throw line and looked at the basket, the distance, the athleticism that you have to be that high in the air, and did he not just jump from the free throw line like Mike? He did a windmill, then he went between the legs with it.
That was nuts.
That's
Ew.
crazy. I've never seen nothing like that.
Off of 1 foot too, wasn't it?
Oh,
You have to do it off of 1 foot though, because you have to have a running start. You
It's
can't
too
do it
far
off
off.
2. You typically see people go between the legs when they're inside the paint, and they dunk. And even that's hard. The takeoff from the free throw line and go between the legs, the athleticism, the bounce. It might have been the greatest dunk we've ever seen. I don't know. Yeah.
that was the greatest dunk contest of all time, though, for sure.
Oh.
Aaron probably won that month. I mean, somebody they both won. They both was winners to me in that month. That was incredible. So you got Vince M. I got Zach. Even though I don't with Zach, because what
As a
he held my
player.
franchise. He held my franchise hostage for what 6 years. I don't him, but he's probably the best dunker in this contest ever. Bray got Zach as well. Keith, who you got?
I'm going Vince.
Interesting.
I think that would be a showdown, them two.
Whew. Blake and Aaron. Yo, light skin can dunk, man. I give y'all some props.
We got some bounce in us, don't we?
God
Not to toot my
damn.
own horn, but I used to dunk.
To jump the rock. It's hard.
Yeah. So I came across this and wanted to show y'all this. How did y'all like did y'all watch the dunk contest this year and the 3-point contest?
Okay, I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
I watched like the highlights of it, That was about it. It came on early, didn't it? Didn't it come on early this year?
It was like 4, I was in Chicago, so it was like 4 in the afternoon. It was like the dunk contest. So I'm like, what
It
the
was
fuck?
something like that.
It's a weird time to air something.
Yeah. So yeah, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. You wish it was the stars in there, but they not.
Never in there.
Yeah, never in there no more. So, all right, we're gonna shift gears to NFL. I wanted to talk about first. There's kind of been some discussion about whether Green Bay should pick Malik Willis or Jordan Love. I don't subscribe to that. I think that I could go ahead and piss the Green Bay fan base off as a Bears fan. I don't want to do that. That's stupid. Um, they're thinking about keeping Malik. People were suggesting they keep Malik and trade Jordan Love, which is asinine to me. Do any of y'all believe that to be the case as well, or y'all would go with Malik?
I think it depends on why. Like if you're doing it to save bread, like for a salary cap purpose, I don't think the drop off is that far between those two players. Like I like
Really?
Jordan Love. Yeah, I like Jordan Love, but I don't know. I don't think he's a superstar. And I'd rather move off his contract for someone who's cheaper and who's a quality quarterback and spend money elsewhere. That's where I would go. I'm not going to sit here and say that Willis is a better quarterback as he's light years ahead, blah blah blah. But if I want to save money and reallocate it, I see the angle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it would be a bold decision. I'm with Keith. I don't think Jordan Love is like a superstar, slam dunk, just like cold quarterback. I think he's all right, and he makes a lot of money. Would I rather have Malik Willis at $20 million a year or Jordan Love at 50? What is it, 355 a year, and an inferior roster? I would be bold. I don't think Jordan Love is going to take you to the Super Bowl on that contract.
Could be wrong. I really think he's legitimate. Like,
You think he's really that dude? Okay.
I think Jordan Love is a really good quarterback. It's how he's a really good deep ball thrower. He never has had a number one, but they always like have great passing yardage. Like, he's a consistent guy. I would say he's probably a top 15, top
I think
even
so too.
10, top 10 though. He's legit.
I think he's a top 15 guy too.
I think he a little bit higher than that. But so I think because he's a known commodity, to kind of go and say, hey, we're not gonna, we're gonna go with this unknown commodity and ship our guy is stupid, and I don't think it would happen. But you know, from an economic standpoint, I see why they're saying that.
It would be, like I said, it would be really bold. I don't believe that they would do it. If you could flip Love for 2 first round picks, let's say you put him on the
Okay.
market, you get 2 first round picks, and you can sign Willis to the deal that Justin Fields got in New York, like a 2-year, like $40 million deal around there. So now you have what would be 2 first round picks this year, 2 first round picks next year. You gain about $30 million in cap space. And now I don't believe the drop off between what you would get from your quarterback output would be significant. That's something I would seriously entertain doing if I was.
If he had a year, if Jordan Love had a year, like they almost beat us in Chicago, and they probably would have went to wherever, maybe NFC Championship. Who knows? Um, if they were like, maybe I would do that, but
Yeah.
right now I think that they had to, they got to just continue to go with the kid and make a trade Malik, or is he a free agent?
He's free. He's free. He's going to get a starting job this year.
Yeah, he is.
And then we'll really find out who's who, what the gap is between those two. If there is a gap.
It is going to be interesting to see like where he goes. I am thinking it could be Pittsburgh, and we're going to talk about the whole Aaron Rodgers thing, I think, a little bit as well. But there is some options. Maybe the Raiders, um, other places where he could possibly go.
So you think the Raiders would sign him and then move the first pick instead of just taking the kid out of Indiana?
How about that?
I think they're just going to take that kid.
Yeah, I think they're going to
It's
just have
just
him
cleaner.
Yeah, it is cleaner. It depends on the evaluation of that guy, I guess, and kind of going from there. Where you see where you think that you could be
I
with
would
that guy.
think Miami as a possibility because the DC from Green Bay got the head coaching job down there.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, like you mentioned, I think is another threat. Arizona, depending on what happens with Kyler Murray, what they do with him, would be another situation. So I think he'll have some suitors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But I think Indianapolis is going to stick with Daniel Jones come off the injury.
Yeah, they gotta keep him. The Jets, though, they're another team without a quarterback. He might end up in the AFC East for real. Like, and then you kind of got to see what happens with Tua. Where does he land? I mean, I believe
I
he's
heard they
probably a
can't trade
backup,
him. I heard they can't trade him. They want to trade him, but
but
nobody wants him.
so they're gonna cut him.
I mean, they might as well. It's time to just move on. He'll be a backup if he gets released.
Yeah, Um, kind of wanted to get y'all opinion on uh should the Steelers with Aaron again.
Oof. Ugh. Yeah, their quarterback options aren't great. They're definitely. I think that they're gonna re-sign Aaron and draft somebody in the first round. I think that's gonna be their game plan. It could be Malik Willis, but I think part of what got McCarthy the job was his relationship with Aaron Rodgers, and then him being able to say, like, I'm good at developing quarterbacks. So I'll find, I got a guy, I got my bridge quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, and then I'll be able to draft and develop the next guy. The kid at Alabama might be there when they're picking in the middle of the first round. That might be somebody that they target. If I were them, I would go after Willis, and if I can't land Willis, then Aaron Rodgers would be my fallback option.
Yeah, I can't imagine they believe that going with Aaron gives them the best shot to win. That sounds crazy to me, even if you bring in Mike McCarthy, but I guess that's why they brought in Mike McCarthy to try to get this guy another shot.
The
That's
optics
insane.
suggest, the optics suggest that Aaron Rodgers is staying. I would at least try to have a young guy in the building. I don't think Aaron and Malik will work. I think the type of contract that Malik can probably get on the open market, I don't think he'll pay Aaron and Malik and have Aaron Rodgers happy. Like, he's just in another Jordan Love situation to a certain extent, but worse.
You think Aaron might be like cool being a backup and ushering somebody else in?
Nah,
Absolutely not.
no.
A backup? I could see him being like, I'm the starter, and then that kid is the rookie, is a rookie that's waiting to eventually take my job next year. I could see him being okay with that, but him being okay with, okay, I'm gonna hold the clipboard, me, Aaron Rodgers, and be back. I can't see it.
I think. Well, what I'm saying is, I think that it's like a Russell Wilson situation. Like, he's done, and it's like it's over. You can come in with a inside track to the starting position, but we're bringing in other options. That's what it kind of seems like headed into this year. But as a guy that's 45 or however hell old he is, that sounds like a good deal to me. Like otherwise, nobody's going to sign Aaron. And you think about it, you've got a lot of great options, not great options, but good options to bring in. If you have don't have a quarterback, a good quarterback room right now, you got Kyler Murray, who possibly could be available for trade. You got Malik Willis, who's an unrestricted free agent. And you got Tool out there who could probably be a stopgap. Yeah, just guys who have played the quarterback position at a decent level that could get you to that next guy, hopefully, to somebody that you could actually entrust with your franchise. So yeah, that's tough.
I was gonna say, if you're Pittsburgh and let's say Willis goes somewhere else, I don't believe it will be a Willis and Aaron Rodgers situation. It will be Willis and he's the starter, and then we're gonna maybe draft the guy in the middle rounds type of situation. Right. But say he's out of the window. Who is your bridge quarterback that you would like to sign between Aaron Rodgers and, let's say, Tua gets released and they're both free on the market? Who would you rather sign?
If you're the Steelers?
Yes.
Well, I think Aaron's coming back for sure. I think that if they're going to do anything like that, it's probably going to be drafting a guy. I think they're going to do the Jackson Dart, Russell Wilson thing. And just kind of find a guy in the draft and develop him behind Aaron, similar to what they did with Jordan Love, but maybe a quicker turnaround. So, speaking of, we talked a little bit about Kyler. I don't know where he goes. The hire of the LaFleur brother.
The other LaFleur.
That makes me think that they're going to give it another chance with him again, and kind of just see how that goes. Just try one more time. But if not, is there any other landing spot for him out here?
I'm with you. I think the hire was made with the plan to fix Kyler, so to speak. If if they plan to move on from him, I could see the Jets being highly interested.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get that second first round pick for him in the middle of the first. Let's
I might trade that first for
see.
Kyler.
Damn.
A late first,
There's
you
too
wouldn't
many
do it.
quarterbacks out here. I'll just sign Malik Willis.
I don't know. I think he's better than Malik Willis, but
For sure.
Vegas, I think that they would
If he's
just
better
take the
than Malik
quarterback.
Willis, why is he going to stay with the Cardinals? The Cardinals want to move off of him.
They're a bad organization.
Yeah.
Minnesota, to me, would be the team to look out for Kyler. Minnesota would be the
I
top
see
landing
Kirk
spot.
Cousins going back to Minnesota.
I think he washed.
Yeah, I think he would be a backup plan. Like if we whiff on everybody, then we'll have to sign Kirk Cousins type of situation.
I do not want Kyler with Kevin O'Connell. That
That
seems
could
like
revitalize his career. Yeah. And then the weapons that they got too, that would be the team I would see being most aggressive for Kyler would be Minnesota. If he were to be made available, which I'm not. I'm like you. I think they're not going to move him. But if they were, Minnesota would be the team that would be blowing up their phone.
yeah, because I'm going through the league and I don't see many spots for quarterbacks. I mean, there's more quarterbacks coming in than spots. Vegas, but they got the number 1 pick. Houston, we've talked about. I think it's over for CJ Stroud personally. You don't really come back from meltdowns like that, but that fan base said I was the craziest of all
They got his
time,
back.
suggesting that.
They got his back. Yeah, they got his back.
That is crazy. I don't. He's. I guess he's better than Cam Ward at this point, but I would rather have Cam Ward going forward personally. But
For sure.
all right,
That's not even
cool.
Like,
Sure. So I guess it's just Miami with an open spot, the Jets with an open spot, and Minnesota, and that's it. Everybody else got guys. So
yeah, those are the three. And then like you said, Oakland is probably gonna take the guy number 1. That would be ballsy if they said, "Nah, we're going another direction," and then go get like one of those mid-tier quarterbacks. I don't think that would be super risky.
they could do a situation where they sign Malik Willis, and then let that kid come along. I think that's a possibility. But he's pretty good. I think he might be ready to go week 1. So
I think it's yes. He's going to Oakland, and he's their starter.
yeah, for sure. We could talk about Miami releasing Tyreek and the edge guy. What's the edge's name?
Is it not Phillips? Bradley Chubb.
Bradley Chubb. They're basically starting over. So
they're rebuilding that thing.
Yeah, they're rebuilding. Landing spots for Tyreek.
He goes back to Kansas City. On the cheaper deal, a much cheaper deal than because that knee injury was gruesome.
Yes,
he has the Kansas City seems to be okay with guys with kind of criminal activity going on. They seem to be okay with it. They have quite a few of those type of guys. So Cincinnati is another team that would be okay with that kind of stuff. So he'll be off of half of the league's board because of his off the field stuff, and then you add his age and then his injury. So I think the market for him narrows. But I could see Kansas City welcoming him back on a cheap deal.
Yeah, I think like you said, half the teams are going to take him off. Maybe Kansas City if he is back, and they put him in there with them. Oh God! But that, like you said, that knee injury was gruesome.
Yes.
I don't know if he'll be the same player by even next year. So it might be a lost cause for next year. His knee was facing the other way, so there's no telling what that's gonna look like. The Bradley Chubb though, I think he'll have some suitors.
He will.
So
see. What was his numbers looking like last year? I cannot sit here and say that I watched a bunch of Miami Dolphins games. Oh, he's coming up 8.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles.
He's still nice, I would
He
guess.
can. He still got some juice left. It looks like
Yeah. So
there should be a market for him over the $10 million range, somewhere around there, 10 to
yeah,
15.
I think as the Bears are looking to figure out how to get some pressure on the opposing quarterback, he could be one of those guys that we look to. That's on the street. Now. So
Yeah,
I
I would
don't
rather
really.
have him on a affordable deal than trade Hendrickson on a mega deal.
Yeah, agree. I am so afraid that is going to happen. That we are going to pay him big money. And even in this write up, it says we're a team to keep an eye on here too. I think that would be a huge mistake.
I think y'all will be players on him.
Yeah, but I just don't. I gotta watch a little bit more of him to see if he's really the real like that. But I'm not really sure. So he's gonna have a pretty good market, Trey Hendrickson.
He's got to be like 30. He's 31. I'm not paying big money to players over 30 in the NFL unless they're quarterbacks.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty good free agents class though. I don't know why. I like Jalen Phillips a little bit. I don't know why Alec Pierce is number 6. That's crazy to
He's
me.
gonna get a bag. He's gonna get a bag.
Really?
He's getting a bag.
Ugh.
I think Indianapolis will probably try to keep him. At Tennessee is a spot I could see a lot of people are gonna we're gonna offer big money to him, over $20 million a year.
And we think well, obviously they're
That's
gonna re-sign Daniel Jones there.
Yeah, I think so too. I
Uh,
want the kid for Baltimore. That would be my number one target.
yeah.
He can go.
Yeah,
But
he's gonna get a bag.
he's gonna get one too. I would give him a bag before Alex Pierce, but
Yeah, Brees Hall, I love.
I like him too.
I think that he is gonna get. I don't know if the Jets let him go. I agree that they might bring him back.
They probably tag him.
Yeah. And Kenneth Walker is not gonna be franchise tagged. I didn't think he was gonna be.
I didn't think they would. Why would they do that?
And all the Seahawks fans was in our mentions talking about that
He's gonna
he
get
was coming
tagged.
back. No, he's
He's
not.
not. Seattle has a
Got
great GM. They're not about to
yeah.
overpay their running back. They're just gonna go get another one. What are we talking about here?
They were talking
Yeah.
about him discussing his contract with the owner during the parade or something like that. The owner was drunk. That's what they were talking about. And they had a comment about his contract. They really didn't negotiate it or have any talks about it.
All right. I think another guy to talk about is Mike Evans.
A big name, yeah.
I think Buffalo does make some sense. I would rather them get a younger wide receiver to pair with him, Josh
Nico
Allen.
does.
But
Buffalo makes some sense. I would like us to go get him, but I think he's going to be more expensive than we'll pay. Kyle Pitts I like too.
yeah, I like this. Like Khalil, I think still got some juice. Kyle Pitts.
I think he got another year. Kyle Pitts, if you get him with a quarterback, man.
The issue I have with Kyle Pitts, I think it's like a motivation issue there because he has all the talent in the world. So he might end up staying, but I'm sure they don't want to pay him a big bag because he hasn't produced at all. So
yeah, I heard Stefanski wants to keep him, but we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah,
he's a nice little mix-up running back.
Yeah. So there's some guys out there, and we'll get kind of more into this as the year goes on. as we get into the draft and things like that. So we'll kind of break down the free agency class a little bit more. But I appreciate you guys for listening to this point. I want to thank my guys for coming on here and doing this with life going on. And subscribe, like, comment. We appreciate the engagement. So thank you for listening to the Rashawn Franklin podcast, and peace.